Have you ever noticed how some people seem to accumulate wealth effortlessly, while others, even working twice as hard, remain broke? That doesn't happen by accident. The truth is, there's a set of silent, almost invisible, financial decisions that slowly drain your money. And the worst part? Most of these decisions are seen as normal. These expenses may seem harmless. They're marketed as convenience, comfort, or even progress. But in reality, they're tying you to a life of debt and stagnation. And while you believe you're moving forward, your money is quietly being transferred into the pocket of someone who understands the game much better than you do. Today, I'm going to show you 8 common expenses that sabotage your financial future. And heads up, the last one is the most deceptive of all, because it looks like progress, but it's really a disguised setback. Let's get straight to it. 1. Installment purchases that seem harmless, but become a snowball. Have you noticed how $49.99 per month feels like nothing, until you're juggling 6 of those at once? That's the trick. Financing turns big purchases into small bites, but eventually, you're drowning in a sea of microdebts. According to a study by LendingTree, 61% of Americans are currently paying off purchases via installment plans, and nearly half regret it. Why? Because these small payments silently take over your paycheck. Installments are financial quicksand. They spread out the pain, give you instant gratification, and make you feel like you're in control. But what you're really doing is borrowing from your future self and with interest. Instead of making money work for you, you're committing future income to past decisions. You're not buying a TV. You're buying stress on layaway. So ask yourself, how many things are you still paying for that you no longer use or even remember buying? Wealthy people don't finance lifestyle, they build assets. If you can't pay cash, you probably can't afford it. What are your monthly payments really costing you, and who are they enriching? 2. Eating out disguised as convenience. That $12 lunch, $18 dinner, and $6 coffee don't seem like much until you add them up. The average American spends over $3,500 per year eating out, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. That's nearly $300 per month, often more than what people invest, save, or put toward debt. You're not paying for convenience. You're paying for inertia. The food industry has mastered emotional selling, comfort, speed, indulgence. And while you treat yourself, they treat your bank account. It's not just your waistline that suffers, it's your wallet. The irony? Most people don't even enjoy what they eat. It's done in a rush, between meetings, in the car. And all the while, their financial freedom is being swallowed. What if you funneled that $300 per month into an index fund earning 8% annually? In 20 years, you'd have over $175,000. That's a house, not a handful of soggy takeout containers. Are you eating to survive, or spending to escape? The food might be fast, but the financial consequences last forever. 3. Subscriptions you forgot you're paying for. Netflix, Spotify, Hulu, Amazon Prime, Apple TV, gym memberships, cloud storage, language apps. That free trial you never canceled. Americans spend an average of $219 per month on subscriptions, according to a study by Rocket Money, formerly Truebill, and most people underestimate that amount by almost 50%. This is how they get you. A small fee, billed automatically, wrapped in the illusion of value. And since it's only $9.99, you don't notice it. But that's $120 per year, per service. Multiply that by 5, 6, 10, you're bleeding cash on things you forgot you even signed up for. It's like a slow financial leak you never fix. Wealthy people review recurring charges regularly. They know exactly where their money is going. You should too. Cut the dead weight. Cancel what doesn't serve you. Because the most dangerous expense is the one you no longer notice. And if you're not paying attention, someone else is, and they're getting rich off your inattention. 4. Constant tech upgrades without real need. That new iPhone? Looks incredible. Slightly better camera, a faster chip, maybe a new color. But let's be honest, does it really do anything your current phone doesn't? The truth is, most tech upgrades are emotional, not functional. A study by Cell found that the average American spends $1,442 per year upgrading smartphones, laptops, and gadgets, often without real necessity. Tech companies have perfected something called perceived obsolescence. Your current device works fine, but they make you feel like it's outdated. Suddenly, you need the upgrade. Not because of what it does, but because of how you'll feel using it. That's not an upgrade. That's psychological manipulation dressed as innovation. Warren Buffett used a flip phone until recently, and he's worth billions. Smart money knows, use technology until it stops serving you. Not until it stops being trendy. So next time you feel that itch for the newest release, ask yourself, is this a tool, or a $1,200 insecurity? 5. Cars you can't afford, but still finance. The average new car in the US costs over $47,000, and most people finance it for 6 to 7 years. By the time you pay it off, it's worth half. Meanwhile, you're paying interest, insurance, maintenance, and fees. According to the Federal Reserve, car payments are one of the top contributors to household debt, often disguised as a necessary expense. Let's break it down. $47,000 financed over 72 months at 6% interest equals roughly $740 per month, more than $53,000 in total. That same money, invested in an S&P 500 fund over 6 years, would grow to about $70,000. So, is that new SUV really a convenience, or a six-figure detour from wealth? The rich don't drive flashy cars to prove status. They drive reliable ones to preserve capital. A modest used vehicle with low mileage can get you from A to B and still let your net worth grow. So the question is, are you buying transportation or a financial anchor? 6. Over-the-top celebrations that leave you broke. The average wedding in the US costs over $30,000, according to the Knot. Add birthdays, baby showers, graduation parties, and you've spent enough to buy a rental property, all for a few hours of decoration, food, and Instagram posts. Why do we do it? To impress people we barely know, with money we don't have. Here's the uncomfortable truth: there's no correlation between an expensive celebration and a happy life. In fact, a study by Emory University found that couples who spend less on their weddings tend to stay married longer. And yet, social pressure keeps pushing people into debt for a party. Is that really worth years of financial stress? Real wealth celebrates wisely. Intimate, meaningful, budget-conscious. Memories don't require credit cards. Meaning does not scale with price. How many dreams have you postponed to pay for a party? Maybe it's time to toast to freedom, not financial chains. 7. Fashion and trends, the infinite loop. Every season brings a new must-have. A different color, a new cut, a fresh accessory. And suddenly, last month's outfit feels outdated. That's not a coincidence, it's a trillion-dollar industry manipulating your self-image. According to a McKinsey report, the average American buys 68 new clothing items per year, most of which are worn only a few times or never at all. And the cost? Easily over $1,000 a year. That's not just wasted fabric, it's stolen opportunity. Multiply that by 10 years, and you're looking at over $15,000 lost to impulse-driven vanity. And for what? To impress strangers? To fit in? Meanwhile, your credit card interest compounds, your savings disappear, and your wardrobe becomes a graveyard of guilt. Wealthy people don't chase trends, they build timeless style. They invest in quality, not hype. They understand that confidence doesn't come from logos, it comes from freedom. So here's the real question: are you dressing to express yourself, or to cover your insecurities? 8. Expensive education that doesn't pay off. College used to be a guaranteed path to a better life. Not anymore. According to the Education Data Initiative, the average cost of a 4-year college degree in the U.S. is over $104,000, and the average student loan debt is $37,000. Yet many graduates land jobs paying only $35,000 to $45,000 a year. That math doesn't work. The problem isn't learning, it's overpaying for credentials with poor ROI. Tech bootcamps, community colleges, and online certifications can lead to $60,000 plus jobs with a fraction of the debt. But too many people still buy into the outdated belief that more tuition equals more opportunity. It doesn't. It just locks you into decades of repayment for a degree that may never deliver. Smart investors treat education like any other investment. What's the return? Will it raise your income? Is there a more affordable path to the same goal? If not, it's not education, it's financial self-sabotage. Are you paying to grow your mind, or just feeding a broken system that profits from your dreams? These 8 expenses look harmless. In fact, most of them are considered normal. And that's exactly what makes them so dangerous. They slowly drain your money, month after month, year after year, until one day, you realize you've worked your whole life, but never got ahead. While most people are busy buying the illusion of wealth, you now hold the map to build the real thing. The decision is yours. Will you keep funding a lifestyle that traps you, or cut what's holding you back and invest in your freedom? Your future doesn't depend on how much you earn, but how much you keep. And keeping it requires tough choices today, so you can live free tomorrow. Wealth starts the moment you stop spending to look rich and start building to be free.